Happy Flossmas, everyone. It's Flossmas Day 4, 2020. I hope you're all doing... I was purposely trying not to hit the table so that I don't shake the camera. And what do? Right away at within the first 16 seconds of the video, I hit the table and I shake the camera. Oh well. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is a dreary, dreary Friday afternoon here. We are getting a nor'easter in this region, which is basically a lot of rain for me, a lot of snow for people north and west of me. But it's going to be a dreary day, evening, and into tomorrow midday. And then it'll finally start to clear out, and then it's going to be cold. We've been lucky that we haven't had much cold yet this year, but this year, next week, it's going to be cold. Like, we're talking about 40-degree cold. So I do have my heat turned up. I turn it down whenever I go to work. I just got home not that long ago, so I have it turned up. You might hear it in the background. I also am making coffee right now, so that's what's going on with me today. It's Friday. I'm looking forward to a long weekend of crafting and probably some computer gaming. Right now, I'm playing Anno 1800, so that's what I've been doing. I did get some stitching in last night. I did a wee bit of knitting last night while I was playing my computer game. This is actually the scarf that I'm working on at the moment. It's just, again, a fisherman rib stitch. And that's the back. This is the front. Not that you can really tell the difference. And this is using yarn that I've had in my stash for a couple of years now. It's the Vanna white yarn. So it's just 100% acrylic. I believe it's 100% acrylic. Yeah, 100% acrylic yarn. And this is in the color Autumn Print. I bought this on clearance, so they probably don't sell it anymore, but maybe they do. I don't know. But I really like the way this is knitting up. I think it's a neat looking yarn. Started off striped, and now so all of a sudden, for some reason, it's going into more of like a pulling effect. So it's kind of different. Unique. Normally, I would get stressed out by the fact that it started stripey, and now it's going pulling, but, you know, that's the way yarn goes. So there's more important things to stress about than the way that the yarn stripes. So that's I have this much left to knit, and then I think that will be long enough. I may add another skein. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. That's what I'm doing with the knitting. Then last night I said I was going to start working on my Teresa Wentzler Millennium pattern again. This is a kit that I bought. I'm using the kit threads, which are DMC, along with the fabric, which is a 28 count even weave. It's stitched 2/2, except for the planets that are stitched 1/1 and the angel spaces. So that is what I'm working on. I did get some stitching done as well. Not that you may be able to tell, but I went ahead and stitched the remaining bits of color over here that I had to stitch, that I ran out of yarn, thread for. That's the second day in a row I've called it yarn instead of thread. I ran out of the one color of floss, so I had to put these like 12 stitches in over here. And then I went ahead and started filling in the dark blue that is up and through here. Still only 3 colors of floss DMC in through here, so I did the dark blue here, and then up into here, and then over here. So I have a whole bunch more. That color basically outlines the top part of the outer space portion, as you can see, up and through here. And then I will get to start. Oh, and then I have a couple colors in through here that I have to put in before I get to go on to the planets. So looking forward to doing that. That is what I've been working on last night and early this morning, because I was up early today. All right, so on Instagram, if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, it's ginger.gerald.stitcher. I did get a question from a fairly new viewer on what these are. So if you Many of you already know that, but some of our new stitchers may not know what. I don't know what just happened there, but many of you may, many newer people to my channel or to Flosstube in general may not know what this is. This is a, let me take it apart here. This is a QSnap. I actually have the brand QSnaps that are branded QSnap. That's a brand. However, there are off-brand or other named brands that you can buy at crafting stores. They're basically a square PVC type plastic frame. You wrap your fabric over top of it. You snap these suckers on, and you can twist it to make it taut. I hate that word. I can never say it right. Taut. You can make it tight. So it's easier. It's like drum tight, so that then you can stitch. It kind of stretches out the whole. I don't want to say stretches the fabric, like not distorts, but it stretches the fabric just enough that you can see the holes really well and stitch it up really nice. And you have a nice firm fabric that you're getting more consistent, even stitches. With this, so this is what you would buy for a QSnap. An accessory to the QSnap is the Grime Guard. So you can buy these at basically I think almost any craft store sells these, as well as you can find them on 123 Stitch, or probably, I think I've even bought a few on Amazon before. So they're fairly easy to find. Q-snap, S-N-A-P. They come in different sizes. You can even take different sizes. This is, I believe, an 8x8. Let me grab a larger one. Oh, maybe this is an 11x11. So this is a square. You can also create rectangles with them. This is an 11x17 that I use for my larger designs. So you can easily mix and match the pieces if you get the same brands, so that you can make different sizes. I have as small as 6x6, and you can make them 21x21, whatever you want to do. So this is a QSnap. Then you can also purchase Grime Guards. A Grime Guard is great for putting it over top, like wrapping your fabric up in here, and then protecting it so your hands that might be grimy, or they don't collect extra dirt and grime around the edges. So I have bought all of mine except for this one. This is the first one I bought, and I bought it from a different store on Etsy. You can buy them on Etsy. Many sellers sell them. I bought mine from Made by Mama Joan, who is my friend that I met at a stitching retreat. She is also on Etsy. If you go to her, let her know that I sent you her way. I don't know if she actually has any on her shop site, but for me, all I had to do was message her and say, hey, can you make me a Grime Guard with this fabric? And she would be willing to do that. I assume she will still be willing to make Grime Guards if you're interested, and then she would just tell you what the price is. So that's what this is. This is a Grime Guard. I will suggest, if you are going to use a QSnap and you never have before, you buy either some felt or something thicker fabric-y. Some people use the liners that you put in dish drawers that make the fabric, or make the dishes not slide around on the shelves of the drawers or the cabinets. You purchase, if you buy a piece of felt, you can just get any kind of felt, cut it into strips, and then whenever you wrap the fabric over top of the QSnap, you lay this down on top of the fabric, and between the fabric and the QSnap snap, and then you put the snap over top of that. It protects the stitches that may be underneath there. It also doesn't mark up the fabric as it goes under there. I've also been told that because you can see mine are kind of loose and sliding around a lot, you can put these into a dishwasher if you have a dishwasher, and it'll help shrink it and tighten it back up to space. I've never done that, but I hear it works pretty well. I usually don't have a problem with mine. Mine aren't stretched out so bad that they bother me. Maybe if they ever do, then I will consider doing that. If you've done that before and you want to say, let me know how it goes, definitely put it down in the comment section. I'm sure all the viewers would be interested in hearing what your experience is of that. So that is a QSnap, the way to put the QSnap on, and a Grime Guard. I have these, and I have my Omnic frames. I use these 95% of the time. They're just great because they're different sizes. Then I leave them the projects on here for a long period of time. Some people say you need to take it off. It's personal preference. I put this right into my project bags that I have, and it works great. See this? I thought this was going to move a lot smoother, and it's not. It's a lot more stiff than these. So you can see why it's important to also put that on there. It gives you a little bit more stability. If you have any further questions about the QSnap or the Grime Guards, definitely shoot me a message on Instagram. You can send me an email that's also linked below, or you can put it in the comment section, and I should be able to see it. Or somebody else who uses them will also see it, and they can respond to you as well. That's what's so great about social media communities. Finally, just a reminder that any pattern that you buy from my shop, on Etsy, Ginger Gerald Designs, all one word. The link is below in the comment section, or in the info section. Every pattern qualifies for, during the month of December, if you purchase it, $1 will be donated to the Philadelphia Zoo. That's the local zoo to me. I've been there a couple times. It's a great zoo. It's the very first zoo in America, as far as I'm aware. And they do a lot of great research for animals, as well as breeding for those endangered or nearly extinct animals in the world. So I really want to give back to them because they're hurting just as much as humans are, and they've lost a lot of money. So if you purchase a pattern during the month of December from my shop, $1 will be donated from every pattern, not just every purchase. Every single pattern you buy, $1 will be donated to the shop. Paper patterns, PDFs, doesn't matter. They all count towards the end goal. So, we're doing great so far. I will give an update probably in the middle of the month. But until then, I hope you all consider taking a look at my Etsy store, helping out, or even going right to the Philadelphia Zoo and donating yourself. Or the zoo of your choice. The zoo in your region, I'm sure they're all suffering just as much as the Philadelphia Zoo is. Until we meet again, I hope you all have a wonderful stitching day. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. It's Friday, so I'm probably going to still work on this, at least through the weekend. We'll see. I really want to try to get the blue up here done, that dark section, and maybe even the rest of the other blue. I don't know, but until then, you'll have to check back in tomorrow to see what I do work on. Hope you have a great night. Happy Friday. Happy Flossmas Day 4, and I will see you tomorrow. And as always, don't forget to always be creative.